So this is the prototype MCM, which been doing lots of testing and mods on to sort out the 72 LTO. So we've got the BCM interceptor here in the normal setup, but I've added an additional wire. This wire here, the purpley wire here, and you can see I've soldered this onto the end of R6 here, and that's the output from the pulse width modulation unit on the 12F1840. So this is for the QBatt test. So basically this wire then goes over to here to the QBatt line, which is here, where you can see. So you snip that pin and you connect this wire onto the output side of that pin, so it goes out through the connector, and that goes off to the ECM. So this will tell the ECM a state of charge. Now it's not a state of charge that we can monitor, but we will see how the ECM reacts to it as we change it. So what I'm also thinking of doing, because some of you who've upgraded your PIC in the BCM interceptor will have a spare 683 PIC now, because if you've upgraded to the 12F1840. So what I'm probably going to do is I'll just knock up a little tiny circuit which will give you an ability just to control this line, and you don't have to install it in here or anything like that. You can just potentially cut this wire at the ECM and then just connect the little tiny device, which I will show you shortly in the next video, to it. And basically it will just have 3 connections. It will have plus 5 volts and power, and it will get those from the ECM in the same way that the IMA boost does, and it will just connect to the QBatt line which goes into the ECM, and it will just have a single pot, and basically you will rotate it, and that will be the SOC that the ECM sees. So you can, if you turn it right down, it'll disable auto stop and assist, etc, etc. If you turn it right up, it'll do the opposite sorts of things. So basically you'll be able to twiddle that pot, and the ECM will see that as a state of charge or quantity of battery remaining, and then it will modify its behaviour accordingly. So that should give quite interesting control. So that'll be useful. But obviously I'm automating that process in here, because the BCM interceptor here is monitoring the pack voltage, etc., and it's doing that 2-minute rolling average, and it's generating a SOC, which it's currently sending out to the MCM on the BAT SCI line, but now we're giving it another line to send out the information to the ECM as well. So we could have totally independent control, and it's just an interesting experiment. So I think this will be quite interesting, and it might make a very cheap little SOC control. So you can just turn the SOC up and down for LTL users who want to manually control their charging behaviour.